stay here. I risk everything. I leave everything behind. Salut por nuestros sueños.
Y le contamos
Giuro di suonare solo le note che servono, non una di più.
You know, Italy is a country where dreams cannot easily come true, but it's a land of passion and creativity.
Fabio arriva da me una mattina in un bar e mi dice: voglio convincere i Foo Fighters a venire a suonare a Cesena.
Ok Fabio, molto bene, come lo facciamo?
Per me non era possibile che in 1000 potessero suonare insieme per bene.
Stare insieme a così tante persone per un unico obiettivo è stato incredibile.
Si può fare, si può fare!
Check in campo, azione! milioni di click in 3 giorni.
Well done, fantastic job. I loved watching it.
Questo video? Ma che bellissimo. Well, now we have to cut, man.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. It's good to see you guys here again at Europe on Screen 2021, the film talk with me, Menina Putri Wismurti. I'm the festival co-director of Europe on Screen 2021. And today we will have our last film talk with our director, Anita Rivaroli, from the movie We Are the Thousand from Italy. Hi, Anita.
Hi. Hello, everybody. How are you?
It's so good to have you here. I mean, it is always quite strange to do the session like this.
Yes, it is. And we did a lot in those 2 years.
Exactly. But then we are survived this crazy year, so that's good. So yes, before we start, I would like to just let everybody knows about the rule of this our film talk, the session. So please kindly keep in mind that the webinar is being recorded and also being live streamed at our YouTube channel of Europe on Screen. And then if all the participants are muted so that the speakers could have more freely expression to be here. And then also if you have a questions that you would like to ask, you could put them into the small button, Q&A button below. Or if you want to ask Anita in Indonesian language, please do so. And I will have to also translate them to her. And please kindly also keep in mind that the session will be held in English, not in Italy, not in Indonesian language. So it's going to be in English. So yes, Anita, I love your poster there behind you. David Bowie is Bologna Mambo.
Yes, one of my favorite singer.
So yes, I can see how much passion you have towards music, and for you to be able to capture this moment with Fabio also. I mean, I don't know Fabio in person, but I can see from your film that he's quite crazy person. So
Yes, he is.
yeah. So what was the first inspiration for you to make the film with him, to agree with him to go on this journey?
Well, actually, I know Fabio since a long time. We were together in a university, and we are from the same hometown. So, I mean, I know him since ages, and we are, two rock fans. We like to go to concerts, and we love rock music. But because when we were younger, we lived in a very small town, we had to travel a lot to go to gigs. For example, we had to travel by car or by train to go to Rome or to Milan to see international rock bands.
Yeah.
So what happened when Fabio had this idea? I was fascinated by him, by this idea, because it was so crazy, unpredictable, and at the beginning very impossible to do it, that I wanted to take the challenge. So I decided to help him to organize this massive event. And I just finished my cinema school. I was, doing a short movie. He was helping me. And he says, Anita, would you please shoot the video that we will send to the Foo Fighters to plead them to come to play in Cesena? So I agreed to do that. But when I was, there, when I started to work with all these musicians, I realized that there was something more than a Foo Fighter play, because all these people that came from all over Italy brought with them their history, their passion, and they have an amazing personal story. They have dreams that they couldn't realize at the moment. So I decided to dig deeper and tell also a little bit more about what was going on around, this stunt that was made up for the Foo Fighters. So I kept on shooting and stay with the musician, and then after that the documentary came out.
Yes, and this is basically your film has been selected in our festival as a closing film. What we do actually yesterday, the official closing of the festival was yesterday, and this is the first time we feel that a documentary film like yours can actually represent as a closing film, because when I first saw your film, it was very uplifting. It was more than just bringing Foo Fighters to Cesena, but then it was more about those people who were involved. And the guy with the mohawk, and he keeps on the mohawk. So I was just wondering, during the process itself, how did you manage to pick which one that you want to see further into their life?
Well, that was hard because at the beginning I wanted to interview all the thousands musicians, so I started to interview a lot of people, and it was an hard work to do because 1,000 is a lot of people, so I had to manage interviews for a lot of days. So I ended up with a lot of material, a lot of footage. And I can say that I sit close to my editor, which helped me a lot. And we start to dig in the footage and understand what maybe personal story would suit most, this puzzle I was composing about humanity, about people who express themselves through music. So, well, I mean, it was a very delicate combination I tried to do, putting different stories from different people that they had different background, basically. And, it took me a long to choose the right recipe, I mean, the right balance, because I had a lot of stories that couldn't fit in the film that were amazing, but I had to make a choice. I mean, and yeah, I hope to have chosen the right one. I mean, I hope to have done the right choice. I don't know.
Well, the one that you pick out, all the characters were very inspiring, and then also their stories were touching so much. And I was, how many hours of footage that you get at the end?
A lot of, I can say we have 4 terabytes of interviews.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
Which means a lot of material, because, when you meet these people, you start talking with them, and, the conversation flows like a river, and, there was a lot of material, and it was tough to decide how to cut it, and it took me a long. That was the most delicate part of the editing, because when you have a lot of material, sometimes you risk to get lost.
True, that's true. And how long did it take for you to produce the film?
Actually, it took quite a long, because I started shooting in 2015 when the event took place. And we could, post-product and finish the film in 2020. So they were 5 years. Because also we were dealing with the Foo Fighters, which are, a very big rock band. We need to deal with all the clearance of the rights, music rights, life rights. So, I had a big support from my company, the production company, who helped me to sort out all these, legal stuff, which were an important, part of the project.
And from all of this excitement of making the project for 5 years, what was your favorite part of doing it? Was it meeting Dave Grohl himself, or was it other things?
Oh, well, meeting Dave Grohl was really, really fun, because, right after we put the video online and it got viral, we received this invitation to Walla Walla, which is a very, very small town close to Seattle. So, that trip, going there and meeting them was really, emotional. We struggled a lot for a year to make the event. So, we had a lot of hopes, and we were thrilled to meet them. So that was actually a very nice moment of, the whole project. But I found a lot interesting talking with the musicians. So that the time I took for myself to stay with them and talk with them about their dreams, what they wanted to do in life, that was really inspirational in a way. And also, I mean, this project took a lot of time, but it was really, really fun. So I'm happy to have, gone through this, and I'm really happy about that.
Yes, and I think that your feelings of happiness contagious to us all, because whenever we see the film, it's always like, we all want to sing, especially in times like this when we do not have live concert. I mean, this is something that is very, very entertaining. And also, when I was just like wondering, in the beginning in the film, you were mostly also creating a kind of process to do the funding for the concert itself. Now, I was just wondering, how do you do the funding for your films, for this film, especially for 5 years?
Oh, well, this is an interesting question. At the very beginning, I was producing myself. I mean, with the team from Rocking 1000, we decided to, continue the shooting. So anytime we had some money we could rent the material and continue shooting. So it was a little step by a little step. We were going like that. And we weren't without a producer. So the very first part I edit a rough cut of the material I had, and I started to propose it to some production companies. And then I found Indica, which are an Italian production company, which is really great with documentary. And I found 3 amazing producers that, you know, they fell in love with the project. We really connected. And, you know, we started to travel together, you know, for the rest of the process. We were together. And, you know, as I said before, they helped me with some production issue I couldn't manage it by my own. They found the money we need to, you know, to pay some shooting we had to do and stuff. So, I mean, they were a key element for this film, because we needed to be supported by a proper company.
Yes. So they helped you a lot in terms of that, and also within this 5 years, you tried to bring everybody's together into this film.
Yeah. You know, anytime I had the occasion to meet the thousand, it was a good occasion to continue, you know, the talk and the shooting. And I mean, I was lucky because these people, these musicians, were very fan of the event, and they were very, you know, like generous also, because they traveled a few times from their hometown to Cesena to meet us. In a way, we were building a community. And when you build a community, you build a group of people that trust each other and support each other. So they supported the film as well.
So it feels like a whole family, but like a bigger family.
Yeah, a bigger family that mainly talk through internet and through, you know, platform. But it's a community in a way.
Yeah, that's true. And also, are you still in contact with all of them? I mean, the musicians in your film, basically.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Are you still in contact with them?
Yeah, many of them. You know, with many of them, we became friends. And so, you know, we also meet up for a beer, for have a chat and stuff. And we are connected because we know we took part of a unique event. So anytime we want to recall that event, we know we exchange this message, we talk with each other. But
And is there any other rock musician that you want to collaborate with again?
I mean, apart the Foo Fighters, you mean?
Yes.
Rock bands. Oh, well, I don't know. There are a lot of rock bands that I love that would be, you know, a pleasure to collaborate and do new stunts, But I can say that in a way, that was a unique event. We shouldn't repeat ourselves doing other tribute. We should try to find a new original way to maybe connect with a rock band. And you know, it's always, you know, a challenge, you know, to find a way to connect with the rock star that looks like gods, and they seems unreachable. But as the Foo Fighters show, they were okay. They were really happy to talk with us and to went to Cesena and did that great concert.
Yes, and I mean, Foo Fighters is my favorite also band. I've seen them only. That's why I feel so excited to watch your film. I mean, I've seen them only once live in Lollapalooza in Chicago, so that was just like incredible experience. And I was just wondering, so who are your other rock musicians that you maybe not to be in your next project, but like your
I
own
don't know.
favorite?
I love the Rolling Stones. I love David Bowie, and you know, a lot of, you know, American English rock bands. It would be amazing to perform with them or for them. And I think maybe in the future we will manage to do something together. Who knows?
And also one of my favorite character in your film would be the composer, the guy who lead everyone from all this highest tower.
Yeah, his name is Marco Sabio. Is one of the greatest music conductor we have here in Italy, and it was a very important figure role in, because you can feel his energy,
Yes.
wouldn't you? Yeah.
Yes, that's true. Yes, and also he was like performing, also helping with the other Rocking 1000 in other countries, if I'm not mistaken.
Actually, no, he was, just for the event in Italy. When Rocking 1000 went to France, they performed in Paris. There was another music conductor, which actually looked like him because he had this big curly hair. And
yes.
So, but they were two different musicians. Yes.
Okay, but this is interesting because honestly, I've never heard about Rocking 1000 before watching your film. But then after watching your film, I want to see more into the music and stuff. Like it grows like widely to all Europe, I think, and it has become a movement somehow.
The aim of the band, which I told you, it's traveling the world and touring in every country, in every state, and do concerts. So they started from Europe because it's closer to Italy, so it's much easier to organize. And then they would like to travel the world and go to Indonesia as well, and we will see, because this pandemic stopped a little bit. We had to rest for these 2 years and do quieter stuff like playing in our houses by ourselves. But
or probably go out from your house just a little bit in front of your yard and play your guitar.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's true. So yes, we have already questions from the audience. Abisena Nainggolan, he was saying that, hi Anita, your documentary leave us feeling high and happy. Thank you for making this. And I love Foo Fighters so much. Can you tell me how is Dave Grohl in real life? He looks very, very humble in your film.
Yes, he is. He's humble, he's funny. He looks like, the guy next door, because he likes to chat also to, normal stuff. He's not snob or, when, maybe you can see it in the film when we went to Seattle to meet them. Yeah. They were very happy to meet us, and they were, especially Dave Grohl, was curious to understand how we manage with all the musician, how we amplify any instrument. So it was really, really, really curious, and a very simple and genuine person, I can say.
So it's like away from the image of a god superstar or something.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow, that's so cool. And then now the next question is from Ikra Amesta. Ciao Anita, what are the social impacts that occur, especially in Italy, from this film in terms of connectivity between fans and their idol musicians? Does it also become some kind of cultural movement there?
Actually, yeah, Rocking 1000 is became a community, which means all these people are have subscribed to a platform to be part of this huge rock band, and they chat, they are connected to each other. So I can say it's a real movement of people that, for example, meet to play together. For example, sometimes they say, I'm from Milan, I would like to play tonight, is
there anyone available? So they meet up in real life and they play together. So, and anytime Rocking 1000 organize a big event in a stadium or in a big venue, they reunite, they do rehearsal together, and then they play for the event. So I can say, yes, it's a cultural movement. It's growing year per year. And it was a big success in Italy. They talk about it a lot when it came out in 2015, because the video went viral. So, you know, a lot of people talk, watch the video. It was crazy at that time, actually.
Was there any other, I mean, maybe other cities around Italy that also following what you guys did?
Well, actually, among Europe, other countries, other, you know, people try to do events similar to that. I know that they tried to do it in Russia, and they succeed. They collect people all together, and they, you know, to perform classic rock songs. I would say they did it in Brazil. I mean, after that, it was so contagious and, you know, interesting, you know, as a format, that people try to reproduce it.
People will try to reproduce it, and then also they are succeeded in their ways.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, I was just like wondering, how is Fabio right now at this moment? I mean, you guys must have been very good friends. When I saw in the beginning of your film, when you were following him talking, and then you guys were so impressed how crazy the idea was. So I was just like imagining in my head, like, oh, Fabio must be a very lucky person to have a very good friends who wants to support his crazy ideas.
Yes. I mean, Fabio is okay now. He used to be a marine biologist.
Okay, he still work as a marine biologist?
Actually, after, you know, no, he quitted, and he decided to dedicate all his life to what he was passionate about, which is music. So now he is running the community every day, full time. So, I mean, Rocky 1000 became his job. And he organized this big event with the musician performing, you know, through Europe. So, yeah, he's always passionate about the sea. But yeah, now he has a new job.
So he has two passions then, the sea and also the music.
Yeah.
So yes, I think that also already answered Ikra Amesta questions about the cultural movement, Ikra. So because now all countries, more of the countries in Europe and also outside Europe started to do the same movement like what they did in Italy. So there's also another question from Abdul Aziz Muhammad. He was writing in Indonesia. I will translate them to you. Hi, Anita. I really, really love the film. I saw a lot of the feeling of nostalgia in this documentary. What I would like to ask to you, do you also have a direct experience in terms of this film when you first thinking about how the plot going to happen?
Sorry, he's asking if I knew how it would end, the story.
Yes.
Okay.
So he was asking about the first involvement you have, which already you actually a little bit explained in the beginning of our session, and then he was also asking whether you also thinking about the plot of the story.
Okay. So yeah, I was involved since the very beginning because I knew Fabio, you know, since university. So I was there when he had the idea and when he collected a small group of friends to start and organize for real this event. And at that time, I didn't know that I wanted to do a documentary about this story because it was so crazy, unpredictable. We even didn't know that we would succeed to do something. So I was just helping him in what he needed, but I didn't have a proper cinematography idea of, could be a documentary story. It came afterward when I started to talk with the musician who would have joined us the day of the concert. And when I started talking to them, I realized that, there was a lot of more. It was only about the Foo Fighters. It was also about putting something about themselves in that experience. And I say, okay, there is something I want to talk about. So I decided to think about the plot, how to organize the film. And And well, I started to talk with them, and I started to shoot many interviews. But at that time, the plot wasn't clear, the structure of the film wasn't clear. I just followed what was happening to me, and I truly, like decide the structure of the film after, when I was the first day with my editor, and I say, okay, I have this. I would like to go there, so let's try to, how can I say in English?
Stewing.
Yeah, the narratives, and we started to try and to see how was the suitable way to tell this story.
Okay, there was also questions here that we received. When you started shooting, did you expect it to be a success? Was there a point where you had any doubts?
Actually, yes, we started shooting without an idea of, at least we didn't, at the beginning, we didn't even know that the orchestra, the Thousand, would play in sync. That was a big doubt. We didn't know that they would play perfectly together. After that, we didn't know, for example, if they would show up. So it would mean, okay, we organize an event of 1,000 of musicians, and we found like 20, 30 musicians. So, we were full of doubts at the very beginning. We didn't know it will be a success. So we just trusted Fabio and trusted ourselves, because we were so involved. We worked so hard that at that point we say to ourselves, we're gonna go through this.
But then there was also like something that keep ticking behind your head, like, okay, where do we gonna go? Where will this end? Something like that. You still have your own doubts, right? When doing this project.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it is interesting that you said that you let you go with the flow where the film is, because at the beginning you didn't know where it will go, and then you just leave it like that. And then you also earlier told us that when you had so many footage, it's sometimes so hard to choose which one that you are going to put in the film. So I was just wondering, what makes you finally decide, okay, this character will go, or like how to cut? Like I mean, if I were you, I would not be able to do that. It must have takes a lot of courage to do so.
Yes, I had a lot of discussions with my editor, with my producer, because everyone was amazed and in love for one character instead of another one, and we were discussing, no, please take this one, leave it, because it's important. And it was a tough moment. It was hard to decide which one keep in the film, which one take off, because we needed to respect a special rhythm, duration. There is a film, the structure of a film is also like music. You have to feel it,
the dynamic.
when to go. You have a rhythm to respect, so you need to be careful of that. So I can say only it was hard, and and it wasn't easy at all.
Yes, I can imagine. But did you and Fabio sometimes have a kind of quarrel or argument about the film, or he would, okay, Anita, you just do whatever you do with your documentary?
No, actually, we discussed it, because we were so into the project. Me from one side, from one perspective, he was looking the situation from another perspective. So of course we had some quarrel, we can say, because I needed to make him understand some, also as an author, I had to take myself out from the experience and see the film objectively. I needed to me the focus were the Thousand, the musician, which are the core of this amazing and great community. So I wanted to tell the story from that point of view. And it was a process, and when you have to build a castle, you have to start from the bottom and step by step, going up and make people understand where you want to go, why, and how.
That's interesting, like making a castle from below and then going up, 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 up. Wow, okay. That's really interesting. Now we have another question from the audience, from Ryan Putra Yusuf. Hi, Anita. I want to know what is the magical things or interests that you have put into this story?
The magical...
Yes, I think he was asking about the magical experience that you felt or you had during this making this story.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. There was a big involvement in this story, maybe because I was there since the very beginning, or maybe because this story had to teach me something to myself as well. And I was, I have one image that I keep on my mind when I was shooting on that field. It was almost sunset. So there was the perfect light, and I was on the back, so I could see all the musicians in front of me, and I was behind the drummers, and I was seeing all the plates that were, shining on the sunset, and that was a magical moment for me because I felt blessed to be there, and at that moment I felt like a choral energy. It was also my energy and myself. I was part of something that was like a community. I was part of something, and we were all together part of something. And that energy was strong. And I think I don't recall that I have ever felt in such a way. So that was magical. It was something very spiritual. I felt, bonded with those people that I didn't know, actually. We were strangers to each other because we just met. And at that point, I understood the power of music. Music is really, it's a language that connects people all over the world. You don't need to talk the same language. You don't need to believe in the same God. You don't need to believe in the same political view. I mean, music is superior, connect people beyond their backgrounds. And it's powerful, and it's healing because it heals a lot of suffering. So I really trust music because it's, it's a free medicine we have that can heal a lot of, pain and can bring joy. So it's, oh my God, it's important.
It is, actually. And this is also what I feel when I watch your film. I literally cried when when you see everybody. I could imagine the energy, people coming together, and you captured them one by one coming. At the beginning, you were doubting that, oh, maybe they will not come, they will not anybody coming, but that they are there. I could, and playing all this music together. That must be so wonderful. And I think it is for us here in Indonesia to have your film to be screened here in our festival, where we still have the lockdown here and the cinema just currently open and we don't have any live music and anything. This is something that's very entertaining and very giving up us a little bit of hope, actually.
I'm so happy to be there with you, and I'm so happy that you had the chance to see the film and appreciate it. So thank you for the invitation. I really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you for making the film too. So yes. So what is your next project now? I couldn't wait to watch your next project.
Well, I'm a little scaramantic, so I'm writing a lot for new projects. So more than one, I'm writing a new fiction project, and I'm working on another documentary, music documentary. But for the moment, I I'm scaramantic, so I cannot see anything. But yeah, I'm very enthusiastic to work to these new projects.
We are looking forward for that. And you have a fiction and then also a music documentary. Wow. I hope that it will work well. Yes, crossing fingers for you too. So wishing you all the best of luck. So yes, I think we have already covered all of the questions also from the audiences. And now I think it's the session to do the photo op. Panji, can you guide us, please?
Hello, everyone. I'm the host for today, and I will guide you through the photo session.
Okay.
Look at the camera, and I will count to 3. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anita, for spending a little bit of your time with us today in our Film Talk in Europe on Screen 2021. And I hope to see you somewhere in this world. I don't know when, though.
I would like to be there. Please invite me when the lockdown is over. I would love to visit your country. Truly, yes.
Yes, let's do that when you have also your new film. That will be great.
Yeah, would be great. Thank you so much for this chat. Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you, Anita. Have a good day. Bye. Ciao.
Bye. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao. So yes, everyone, that was our last film talk of the whole festival in Europe on Screen 2021. I cannot believe I'm saying this is the last film talk. But yes, that was a great session with our film director, Anita Rivaroli from Italy, where the film has been chosen to close the festival yesterday, and the film is still available for you guys to watch. It's a very uplifting, endearing, and very hopeful film. It is something that's going to make you happy and smile. I guarantee that. And you can still book the ticket of our closing film, We Are the Thousand, and you can watch it until the 2nd of October on Saturday at until 4:30 p.m. So for all of you, we also have other film extra screenings of other 21 titles that you can check the titles in our social media account. And for today's session, our last film talk, we are going to choose more than one winner. So the winner of this session will go to Mr. Abisena Nainggolan and also Ikra Amesta. Our team will contact you guys to send the package from EoS 2021, and I'm so happy to see all of you, and I hope that we can see each other again soon next year in our festival, hopefully offline. But we still have also other online event in our Instagram live on Thursday and also Saturday. We are going to talk with the winner of a short film pitching project EoS 2021, and you can join us there. And you can also still watch some films, and you can still book some films. So the festivities still continue, even though we're just closing it yesterday. Yes, now Putri, Festival Co-Director of Europe On Screen 2021, signing off, and I wish you the best of luck and stay safe, guys. Ciao.